Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Testing mic 1, 2, 3. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I hope you are able to watch this video lecture and this is uploaded or to be uploaded sa YouTube. Now, isa sa mga topics that will be discussed or that will be covered by the qualifying examination is the cash flow statement. And this cash flow statement is one of the financial statements na alam na natin. Una, balance sheet. Alam niyo na ang balance sheet, ito ang ating statement or financial statement that tells us magkano yung balances ng accounts, magkano yung balance ng assets, magkano yung balance ng liabilities, magkano yung balance ng equity, and alam natin dapat maging balance yan, no? Assets should be equal to liabilities plus equity or capital. And hindi lang yan, no? Balance sheet will also tell us yung current assets, pati na rin yung non-current assets, magkano yung balance ng current at saka non-current assets, at i-breakdown pa na yan, no? Makikita pa natin dyan ano-ano ang mga current assets natin, ano-ano yung mga non-current assets. Ganun din yung liabilities na nakahati rin normally sa current liabilities at saka non-current liabilities. Makikita natin dyan ano-ano yung mga current at saka mga non-current liabilities. Dito naman sa statement of profit and loss, dito na tayo nako-compute. Ang purpose nito is computation of profit or loss. Makikita natin dito ano yung mga naging revenues ng business at ano yung mga naging expenses ng business. Kaya kung mapapansin niyo yung mga account titles, no, account titles or accounts na ginagamit natin na pumapasok sa balance sheet, lahat yun sila real accounts. Okay? Ibig sabihin, they are permanent accounts. Pero yung mga accounts na pumapasok dito or nagagamit natin sa income statement, lahat lang yan sila ay nominal accounts. So bakit sila nominal accounts? Ginagamit lang sila temporarily for the sake of computation. Gagamitin lang yun sila. Like for example, yung revenue account, ginagamit lang yan for the sake of computation or computing the income for the profit or for the period. And then ganun din yung expenses. And as you know, itong mga nominal accounts na yan, kina-close. Ang explanation ko pa nga dyan ay parang calculator lang yan siya, na basically when you use your calculator parang ganito and tapos ka na mag-compute, i-clear mo siya para bumalik siya sa zero. At ganoon din yung pag-close ng mga nominal accounts na yan sa income statement, na kina-close natin yung mga nominal accounts na yan because tapos na tayo mag-compute ng income. So pag tapos na tayo mag-compute ng income, i-close ulit para next accounting period mag-start na naman sa zero yung computation natin. So makikita natin yung profit or loss, pati yung details, anong gano'ng revenue at expenses ng business dito sa income statement. How about the statement of changes in equity? Ito rin makikita natin dito kung ano yung pagbabago sa owners or capital ng isang owner. And then notes to financial statements, ito hindi tayo gumagawa nito sa bridging program kasi ito naman parang additional information or additional details sa pag-prepare or gi-prepare natin ng mga financial statements. Ang focus natin today ay yung cash flow statement. Dito natin makikita yung mga pumasok or receipt na pera. Makikita natin dyan yung mga lumabas na pera or outflow, magkano yung mga lumabas na pera, at saan sila napunta, saan nanggaling yung pera niyon at saan sila napunta. Malalaman din natin dyan or makikita natin din sa cash flow statement magkano yung natira na pera nung last period at magkano ngayon ang natira sa pera natin in the present period. Makikita natin yan dito sa cash flow statement. Ang lecture natin for today will be focusing kung paano tayo mag-prepare ng statement of cash flow. So ganito nga ulit yung purpose ng cash flow statement. Makikita natin dito saan na nga nanggaling yung mga pera na pumasok sa business at saan sila nagamit, no? So may pumasok na pera, saan nagamit yung mga pera na yun, at magkano ngayon ang nagbago sa cash balance natin or yun yung change in cash balance. Kasi as you know, magkaiba yung income statement at saka cash flow statement. Magkaiba sila. Yung revenues, hindi naman lahat ng revenues bayad na, natanggap na. Expenses, hindi rin lahat ng expenses natin nabayaran na natin. Kaya kung gusto nating pag-aralan yung mismong cash na pumasok at lumabas, saan sila nanggaling, saan sila napunta, malalaman natin yan sa cash flow statement. Ang tanong, sir, malalaman ba natin sa cash flow statement yung income ng business? The answer is no. The answer is no. Ang purpose ng cash flow statement, pag-aralan. Saan nanggaling mga cash na yan, saan sila napunta, magkano yung nabago sa cash balance natin. So ito na nga yung parang sinasabi ko na sources of cash at uses of cash. Pwede nating hatiin sa tatlo yung cash flow statement natin into operating activities, investing activities, at saka financing activities. So pag operating activities, ito lahat yung mga pumasok or lumabas na pera na galing or because of operating activities. Ano yung operating activities? Yung pagbebenta ng business, yung pagbili ng inventory ng business. Yun ay part ng normal operation of the business. Na kaya yan siya nakakapag-business ay dahil meron siyang operation. Ngayon, hindi lang yon yung pinanggagamitan at pinanggagalingan ng pera, yung operating activities na yan. Tandaan na pwede rin kasing may excess cash yung business. Let's say, meron silang pera na pwede naman nilang i-invest. Sayang naman pag hindi mo in-invest, no? Na wala kang any form of investment na magagamit ng business para kumita pa. So, pwedeng gawin yung pera ng business, pwede nilang i-invest. So, pwede nilang invest, let's say, pambili ng properties. So, bibili sila ng, let's say, non-current assets. At yun ay investment for the business, or pwede rin bumili ng securities or kumbaga ownership in other businesses. Pwedeng bumili ng let's say land, building, lahat yon ay binibili as an investment for the business. Okay, so binabayaran mo yon or bibayaran mo yon as a way or as a form of investment. Then the third na activities that will affect our cash flows will be yung financing activities. Financing, from the word financing, saan tayo kukuha ng pera ngayon, no, ng business? So pwedeng dalawa yung panggalingan niyan, no? Pwedeng utang, pwede ring equity. So mangutang tayo, or pwede rin tayong kumuha o makatanggap ng pera from the owners themselves. So may mga owners tayo or yung owner ng business natin mag-i-invest ng pera. Yun ay example of financing activities. So ito yung parang components of our cash flow statement na ipepresent natin dito sa cash flow statement natin. Magkano yung mga pumasok na pera na nanggaling sa operating activities at magkano din ang lumabas na pera na nanggaling sa ating operating activities. Ayan. Okay, makikita pa natin mamaya yung mga example natin dyan. And then magkano din yung mga pumasok na pera dahil sa investing activities natin at magkano ang lumabas na pera dahil sa mga investing activities natin. At magkano naman din ang pumasok na pera na nanggaling sa financing activities, magkano rin yung mga pumasok na pera na lumabas from the financing activities. Yan ang ating pag-aaralan. Paano ba natin malalaman na yung pera ay galing sa operating activities? Paano ba natin malalaman na yung pera ay galing sa investing or financing activities? Ayan. So ganito nga ang nangyayari sa ating cash flow statements na pinapakita niya kung magkano yung mga pumasok na pera, ano yung mga binayaran na pera or binayaran or cash payments, mga lumabas na pera. At therefore, ang pinaka-basic summary of the cash flow statement will be to show us magkano ngayon ang nagbago, the net changes in our cash balance. Nag-increase ba siya or nag-decrease ba? Yung ating beginning balance, nadagdagan ba yan siya or mas nabawasan pa? At of course, it will depend kung mas malaki ba yung cash inflows, yung mga pumasok na pera, mas malaki ba yan kaysa mga lumabas na pera, o kaya naman ay mas malaki yung lumabas na pera kaysa sa pumasok na pera. So it will depend. So we will have an exercise mamaya to prepare a cash flow statement. So ganito nga yung sinasabi ko kanina na malalaman natin or makikita natin sa cash flow statement magkano yung balance ng cash ng previous period, magkano yung pumasok at lumabas na pera, at yung mga pera na yan, saan sila nanggaling, saan sila napunta. Nanggaling ba yan sa operations, sa investing activities or financing activities? Napunta ba yan sa operations, investing and financing activities of the business? Malalaman natin yan when we prepare the financial statement. And then with this additional cash or deduction in cash, malalaman natin magkano na ngayon ang natirang cash balance. Okay, so ito nga ulit yung mga types of cash transactions pwedeng related to operating activities, investing activities, or financing activities. Sir, sige nga, bigay tayo ng example. Ito, no? Tingnan natin muna ano ba tong operating activities na to. Ang tatandaan niyo pag operating activities related to sa mga transactions ng businesses that generate revenue. Okay? Na ibig sabihin, yung mga transactions na yon ay nakakapag-generate ng revenue. Example, pag nagbenta tayo, pag bumili tayo ng inventory, lahat yan sila ay part of operating activities. Ganun din, like for example, nakakolekta tayo ng pera from customers, no, yung collection of accounts receivable. Nakolekta natin yan ay part of operating activities. Okay? And then nagbayad din tayo ng utang, no? Payment of accounts payable, no? Nagbayad tayo ng accounts payable, part yan ng operating activities. Okay? So mamaya isa-summarize natin para pag may nakita ng transaction, agad-agad mong ma-identify na yan ay transaction na nanggaling sa operating activities. Okay? Then dito tayo sa investing activities. Ang tatandaan mo sa investing activities, para bang may pera yung business and para bang sayang naman yung pera na yun kung hindi mo magagamit para kumita ng pera. So instead, kung hindi natin magamit sa operating activities, pwede na lang natin gamitin yon. Let's say for example, magpapautang tayo sa ibang tao. no, notes receivable. At pag nagpautang ka sa ibang tao, kikita ka ng what we call interest income, no? Kasi nagpautang ka ng pera. And then pwede rin kung sobra ka ng pera, pwede kang bumili ng mga non-current assets. Investment yan para mas mapalaki mo pa yung business mo at mas lumaki yung income ng business. So, mga non-current assets na binili natin, or kung let's say binili natin, that is an investing activities, pwede rin pag binenta natin, no? Pag binenta natin yan, lahat yan related to investing activities. And then, how about these financing activities? Ang point ng financing activities ay saan ba tayo kukuha ng source of funds. Ayan. So, pwedeng utang, sabi ko nga, o pwedeng mangutang tayo long-term borrowings. Again, long-term. Kasi pag short-term, papasok yon sa operating activities. And normally, pag long-term, matagal na utang, no, matagal babayaran, part yan ng financing activities. Okay? So, pwedeng kumuha tayo ng funds from the owners, o pwede rin kumuha tayo ng funds from the creditors na long-term borrowing. Matagal babayaran kasi nga, purpose bakit tayo kumuha ng funds na yon ay gagamitin natin for a long period of time sa business. So, cash transactions involving long-term debt and equity to get funds. Ito yung summary, okay? Ito yung summary para ma-identify natin ano yung mga transactions that are related to operating activities, investing activities, at financing activities. At remember, yung sinabi ko kanina, na ang gusto kasi natin gawin dito ay i-classify ano ba yung cash na yan. Saan nanggaling? Nanggaling ba sa operating activities? Or kung may binayaran tayo ng cash, saan ba yun napunta? Napunta ba yun sa operating activities, investing activities, or financing activities? So, paano natin nalalaman na yung isang transaction, na cash transaction, ay related sa operating activities, investing activities, at financing activities? Ganito yung summary. Lahat po ng transaction, na cash transaction, na binayaran or natanggap, na related sa income statement, example niyan ay revenue. Halimbawa, nakatanggap tayo ng cash because nagkaroon tayo ng revenue. Income statement yon. So, lahat ng yan ay part of operating activities. Halimbawa, kumita tayo ng income, interest income. Yung kinita natin ng interest income, kahit saan man galing yan ng interest income, mapa long term, short term, basta yung kinita natin ng interest income, remember that is part of the income statement. Yan po ay magiging cash na nanggaling sa operating activities. Cash yun siya na nanggaling sa operating activities. What if nagbayad tayo ng interest? So tayo naman yung nagbayad, which is an interest expense. And remember, dahil interest expense yan, papasok yun sa income statement. Yung binayaran natin na cash o nagbayad tayo ng cash para sa interest expense natin, yun po ay part of operating activities. Ayan, kaya pag nag-present tayo ng financial statement or cash flow statement rather, ipapakita natin na yung lumabas na yun na pera na pinambayad ng interest expense, yun ay under operating activities. Okay? At aside from the income statement, meron din tayong current assets. Lahat ng binili natin ng current assets, yung prepaid assets, like prepaid insurance, prepaid utility, prepaid rents, lahat yan part of operating activities. Pati na rin yung pagbili natin ng inventories, pati na rin yung accounts receivable. Any transaction related to accounts receivable, let's say nakakolekta tayo ng accounts receivable, yun po ay related to operating activities. Okay, nagbenta tayo, let's say nagbenta tayo, nagkaroon tayo ng sale, nagkaroon tayo ng cash sale man or on account utang man, yun po ay part of operating activities. Ganun din yung pangungutang. Pero yung pangungutang na temporary na utang, current liabilities. Like for example, bumili ako ng inventory and then babayaran ko lang din after 3 months or after 1 month. Yung utang na yun ay current liability, at yung bayad ko ng utang, pag binayaran ko yung utang na yon, yung current liability, yun po ay part of transactions na under operating activities. So yung pagbayad ko ng current liability, yun po ay part of operating activities. Ayan, okay? So, how about investing activities? Lahat naman din ng pagbili natin ng assets on cash or in cash, pati din pagbebenta natin ng assets in cash. So nagbenta ka ng non-current asset. Okay, binenta mo yung lupa, binenta mo yung building na non-current asset, yung cash na tatanggap mo sa pagbenta ng non-current asset na yun, investing activity na yun. Eh what if, sir, bumili ako ng lupa, bumili ako ng non-current asset na building, let's say. Yung pinabayad ko doon na asset, ano yun? Investing activities din yun. Related yun sa investing activities. How about financing activities naman? Sa financing activities, lahat po ng related to non-current liabilities. Halimbawa, nagbayad tayo ng non-current liability. Yung pagbayad natin ng non-current liability, yun po ay part of financing activities. Or let us say, hindi tayo nagbayad, tayo yung binigyan ng pera. Umutang tayo ng pera sa bangko na non-current liability, ibig sabihin long-term borrowing. So ano yun? Dahil yun ay related to non-current liabilities, financing activity yun. How about owner's equity? So owner's equity naman, limbawa, mayroong owner na nag-invest ng pera sa business. So yung pera na yun, nanggaling yun siya sa financing activities. Or let's say may owner na withdraw ng pera from the business. Yung withdraw niya na pera na yun from the business, yun po ay related to financing activities. Okay, so mas madali ito maintindihan with the help of examples. Ito, tingnan natin. Again, tandaan natin tatlo. Okay, operating activity, investing activity, financing activity. In fact, ang ginagawa namin, dinadraw namin to. Kumaga, ito yung balance sheet. And then, pwede natin itong hatiin to, ito yung ating current assets, non-current assets, and then meron tayong current liabilities, non-current liabilities, at saka equity. Ayan. So, lahat ng mga related to current assets and current liabilities, lahat po yan ay operating activities. Lahat ng related to non-current assets, ito po ay related to investing activities. Lahat naman ng related to non-current liabilities at saka equity po ay financing activities. Okay, tingnan natin para maintindihan talaga natin. Okay. For example, cash received from sale of building. Ano yung building na yan? Yan po ay isang non-current asset. Okay, so ano to? Ano sa tingin mo ang pera na to? Nanggaling ba yan sa operating, investing, or financing? Ang sagot, yan po ay nanggaling sa investing activity. Ganun lang. Pag yan ang lumabas sa qualifying examination, kailangan automatic, alam mo kung paano i-approach yan. Ang sagot dyan, automatically investing activity because building is a non-current asset. What if sir, binenta ko yan? Binenta ko. Ito pala, binenta natin to. What if sir, binili ko yan rather? Okay, what if binili ko yan sir? Nagbayad ako ng 10 million para bumili ng building which is a non-current asset. Ano yon? Yung pagbayad mo ng 10 million, yun po ay related din sa investing activity. Okay? Related din yun sa investing activity. Cash paid for salaries. Ano yung salaries? Sabi natin, related to sa income statement. Bakit? Yan po ay isang expense. Tama. Kaya yung pagbayad mo ng cash, yan po ay related to operating activities. Mahirap bang intindihin yon? Ganun lang. Cash loaned out to customer in the form of long-term note. Ayan. Sino ang nagpautang? Sino ang nagpautang? Tayo ang nagpautang. So kung tayo ang nagpautang, meron tayong receivable. Ano yung receivable na yan? At ito na nga yung kailangan natin alamin, no? Ano yung receivable na yon? Current asset ba? Yan na receivable or non-current asset? Kasi alam natin na kung current asset yan, it could be operating activity. Pero kung non-current asset, hindi na yan siya operating activity. Financing activity na yan. Alam natin receivable yan kasi tayo yung nagpautang loaned out to a customer in the form of long-term note. So yung lumabas na pera na yan, hindi po yan pumasok sa operating activity. Yan po ay lumabas rather because of investing activity. Kaya tamang sagot natin investing activity. Okay, how about this one? Cash received for interest on a note receivable. Ayan. Cash received for interest. Ano ulit yung interest? Yan po ay isang income. Tayo ang nakatanggap na interest, yan po ay income. At dahil income yan, kahit saan man nanggaling yan, basta income. Okay? Sabi dito, note receivable. Nabasa mo doon kanina. Nabasa mo doon kanina sa previous slides na that is related to investing. No! Importante, yung natanggap na pera ay galing sa interest, which is an income. So dahil income yan, wag mong complicate, yan po ay operating activity. Okay? Next. Cash paid to acquire a new truck. New truck is a non-current asset. Yung pinambayad mo dyan, yan po ay investing activity. Okay? Ayun po ay investing activity. Nag-i-invest ka lang kasi may sobra yung pera mo. Gusto mo bumili ng non-current asset. Pinambayad mo yung pera mo. Yung pinambayad mo na pera para doon sa non-current asset, investing activity yon. Kasi kung tutuusin, hindi mo naman talaga babayaran yan. Kung wala kang sobra na pera, may sobra ka na pera, yun ang pinabayad mo for that non-current asset. Okay? Investing activity yon. Sa mga totoong business, sa real life kasi, lalo na kapag mamahalin, like yung mga non-current assets, normally mamahalin yan eh. Pag mamahalin, inutang lang yan. Kaya nga, pag bumibili tayo ng cars, anong ginagawa natin? Installment. Pag may pera ka naman, hindi bayaran mo. Di ba? Cash na lang, wag kang magpa-installment. Kung bumili ka ng asset, na non-current asset, at inutang mo, okay? Ay, hindi mo pala inutang. Binayaran mo agad cash, yung bayad mo ng cash doon sa non-current asset na yan, investing. Investing siya kasi may pera ka na sobra at kaya mo namang bayaran yon ng cash, binayaran mo na lang. What if, sir, hindi ko binayaran? Inutang ko na lang. At paano mo inutang? Let's say, nag-loan ka sa Toyota at yung pag-loan mo, babayaran mo siya 5 years. So yung pagbayad mo, yung utang na yun na non-current liability, hindi na po yan siya investing. Kasi kung tutuusin, hindi ka naman talaga nag-invest ng sobrang ng pera mo. Hindi. Yan po ay isang example. Kung limawa, tayo ay bumili ng car tapos hindi natin binayaran ng cash. At alam natin, car is a non-current asset pero hindi natin binayaran ng cash. No? Kasi wala nga tayong perang pambayad nun. Inutang lang natin. Kaya yung pagbayad natin ng non-current liability na yan, yan po ay related to financing. Financing na siya. Kasi non-current liability, hindi po non-current asset. Okay? Okay. I hope medyo nag-gets yun, okay? Eh, binayaran mo kasi tong truck na to eh. Ibig sabihin, may pera ka talaga na pambayad yan. Investing activity yun. Okay? Alam natin, a new truck is a non-current asset. Okay, next. Cash receipt for goods sold in bulk. Alam mo naman yung goods sold in bulk is an example of sale. Dahil nagbenta ka. So, binenta mo yung asset mong yan. Okay? Nagbenta ka sale, which is an income statement. Okay? Yung binibenta mo naman talaga is mga inventory mo. Part yan ng income statement mo, that is also operating activity. Okay? Next. Cash paid for interest. Okay, tayo nagbayad pero alam mo yung interest, yan po ay isang expense. Interest expense. Operating activity po yan. Next. Cash paid for insurance on equipment. Hindi po equipment ang binayaran. Ang binayaran po insurance. At alam natin insurance is an expense, therefore operating activity. Eh sir, what if wala to? Cash paid for the purchase of equipment, investing po yan. Okay? Pero kasi itong binayaran, insurance eh. So therefore, operating activity kasi insurance is an expense. Okay? Next, cash received from a debtor representing payments of principal. Ay, ito. Alalahanin mo to. Natanggap ka ng pera from debtor. Ibig sabihin ng debtor, okay, hindi to debtor ha. Kasi pag dumating kayo ng college at nag-enroll kayo ng business school tapos binasa mo yan, debtor. Malis ka sa accountancy. Okay? Hindi pa yan debtor. Debtor. Ganun din, debtor yan, no? So, nakatanggap ka ng pera from debtor representing payments of principal. So, anong ibig sabihin nito? Tayo po ang nagpautang. Okay? Ito yung example ng receivable. Okay? Pero anong gusto natin malaman dito? Nagpautang tayo sa isang tao. Normally, pag nagpautang tayo ng pera, kasi sa business kasi hindi naman tayo dapat nagpapautang ng pera eh. Nagpapautang tayo usually ng inventory, so bayaran mo na lang later. Pero yung magpapautang ka ng pera, hindi yan ginagawa yan ng mga bangko. Is usually kung magpapautang ka ng pera, medyo matagal babayaran. Normally matagal babayaran yan at nag-charge ka ng interest. Kaya minsan, kung kaya mong magpautang ng pera, hindi mo naman business magpautang ng pera, 'di ba? Ibig sabihin may sobra ka na pera. Yung pinautang mo na pera ay investment mo 'yon. Para bang pinautang mo yung pera mo kasi hindi mo naman ginagamit. Sige, utangin mo yung pera ko pero magbabayad ka sa akin ng interest. So nung nagbayad siya ng principal, ang binayaran na principal ha, nung nagbayad yung may utang ng principal, yung binayad niya na pera, investing, no, papasok sa investing activity. Sir, what if yung interest ang binayaran niya? Nagbayad siya ng payment, nagbayad siya ng principal, nagbayad pa siya ng interest. Huwag mo kakalimutan, interest is an income. Okay? Related income yan. Hindi yan siya non-current asset. Okay? Hindi yan siya receivable. So therefore, ito ay operating activities. Pero yung binayaran ng isang debtor na payment of principal, yung principal, pag sinabing principal, yung mismong amount na inutang niya, kung 1 million, yung 1 million mismo yung binayaran niya. Ipinautangan natin siya ng 1 million. Nung pinautangan natin siya ng 1 million, yun po ay isang investing activity. Pag binalik na po niya yan, yung 1 million na yan, binalik din yan sa atin, binayaran tayo, investing activity pa rin yun. Pero don't forget na kung ang binayaran niya, let's say, hindi yung principal, ang binayaran na interest, yung interest na dahil yun po ay income, yun po ay hindi investing, yun ay operating activity. Okay? Operating activity. Paulit-ulit ko nang sinasabi yan. So sana pag dating ng qualifying examination, hindi ka malito. Cash paid to acquire a building. Ayan, building is a non-current asset. Ito po ay investing activity. How about cash paid for taxes? Taxes is an expense. Papasok siya sa income statement. Operating activities. How about this one? Cash receipt from long-term borrowings. Tayo ang nakatanggap from a non-current liability. Ito po ay, anong example yan? Ito po ay example of financing activity. Financing activity. Okay? Non-current liability yun. Cash paid to purchase equity securities. Sir, ano pala itong equity securities? Ito kasi yan, no? Yung companies kasi normally, itong mga companies, let's say, Gaisano Mall, marami naman tayong pwedeng gamitin ng example, pero let's say, Gaisano Mall, para madaling intindihan. So, yung Gaisano Mall, corporation yan. Yung mga nagmamay-ari ng Gaisano Mall, lahat ng mga may hawak ng stocks of the Gaisano. So, pag bumili ka ng stocks ni Gaisano, isa ka sa mga nagmamay-ari ng Gaisano. Kasi meron kang stocks eh. So kung 10 kayo, 10 kayo ng mga tao na may hawak ng stocks ni Gisano, kayo lagi may hawak ng stocks ng Gisano, kayong 10 ang nagmamay-ari ng Gisano Mall. Pag binenta mo sa akin yung isang stock mo, magiging owner din ako ng Gisano Mall. At ako ay may isang meron akong ownership sa Gisano Mall. Okay. So normally, pwedeng bumili yung business, for example, ng securities dito. Okay, so halimbawa yung business ko, sabi ko, sige, may sobra naman na pera yung business ko, yung pera na hindi ko pa nagagamit, ipambili ko nilang ng stocks ng Gisano Mall. Pag binambili mo yan ng stocks ng Gisano Mall, minsan, itong si Gisano, magdi-declare siya ng dividends. Okay, magdi-declare siya ng dividends. Matatanggap natin yun, income yun, no, dividend income. So, magdi-declare siya ng dividends para bang bibigyan niya ng share of the net income yung mga nagmamay-ari, yung mga stockholders. Ngayon, yung pagbili mo ng equity securities na pagbili mo ng stocks nitong ni Gisano, yun po ay investing activity. Yan ay isang non-current asset. In fact, it will be recorded as a long-term investment. At yung long-term investment na yan po ay isang non-current asset. Okay, non-current asset. Sir, nung binili ko yung stocks ng Gisano Mall, for example, ginamit ko yung cash ng business para bumili ng stocks ng Gisano Mall, is there going to be a chance na babalik din sa akin yun? Yes. How will it go back to you? Pwede mong ibenta yung stock na yan. Ibenta mo sa ibang tao. Pag binenta mo rin ng stocks na yun at nakatanggap ka ng cash, yung matatanggap mo ng cash, yun po ay investing activity din. Investing activity din. Ang tamang sabi dito is actually investing activity. Sir, what if nakatanggap ako ng dividend? Okay, ano yung dividend ulit? Para bang nagbibigay ng share ng net income yung company sa mga stockholders, sa mga nagmamay-ari ng business. Yung dividend po na yan ay isang income. Okay, income yan, magiging income yan ng business pag yan ang natanggap niya, nakatanggap yung business ng dividend income from the Gisano Mall, yung natanggap niya ng cash, yun po ay operating activity, hindi investing activity. Okay? Pero kung yung sinasabi ko, halimbawa, binenta mo yung stocks na hawak ng business, binenta mo yung stocks ng Gisano Mall, binenta mo sa ibang tao, nakatanggap ka ng 1 million, yung natanggap ng 1 million ng business mo, yan po ay investing activity din. Okay? Okay, next. Cash paid for utilities. Utilities is also an expense. So therefore, operating activity yan. How about this? Cash received from owner. Okay, from owner kapag owner, nanggaling yung pera na yun from the equity or the owner, yun po ay financing activity. Okay? So, ganito yung mukha or parang ganito yung ating ledger, cash ledger. As a cash ledger natin ito, nakalista lahat ng mga transactions, lahat ng mga debits to cash. Example, ito mga debit to cash, additional investment, proceeds of bank loan, cash sales, collection of sales on account, proceeds from sale of land. So, nandito nakalista or naka-record lahat ng mga transactions natin, particularly mga receipts of cash. Dito naman sa kabila, yung credits ng cash natin. Dito naman lahat ng binayaran natin na cash. Let's say, yung purchase of supplies, binayaran natin siya ng cash, news, advertisement, wages. So, lahat na nandito sa ating cash ledger. Ang pwede natin gawin when we prepare the financial statements is to basically classify all of these transactions into operating activities, financing activities, investing activities. Ayan. Okay. Ito, no? Take note, ang beginning balance of our cash, 50,000. Ang ending balance na lang, 37,950. Ano nangyari? Nagkaroon pa ng change. Bumaba, di ba? Beginning balance, 50,000. Naging 37,950 pesos na lang. Bumaba yung ating income, or yung ating cash rather, by 12,050 pesos. Ngayon, okay? Ito lahat yung ating inflows na pumasok na pera. Okay. Ito naman yung ating mga lumabas na pera. Okay? Mapapansin actually, mas, ano nangyari? Ano yung mas malaki? Yung pumasok or yung lumabas na pera. Okay? So, ang nangyari dito, tingnan natin ha. Ito na nga, color-coded. So, ito yung, balikan natin. Ito yung lahat ng pumasok na pera, ito naman lahat ng lumabas na pera. Ito yung lahat ng debits, ito lahat ng credit. Ngayon, ang gagawin lang natin, when we prepare the statement of cash flows, is to summarize, to classify this, itong mga transactions, itong mga accounts na to, mga transactions na to, ano ba yan? No? Ika-classify natin sila into operating activities, financing activities, investing activities. Mapapansin itong mga red na yan. Yung mga red na yan, as much as possible, yan po ay, ito po yung mga financing activities natin. Like for example, additional investment. Saan nanggaling yung pera na yan? Galing po yan sa owners of the business. Proceeds of bank loan. Saan nanggaling yung pera na yan? From non-current liabilities. Again, pag non-current liabilities, sabi natin, financing activity. Withdrawal, lumabas na pera. Bakit lumabas? Saan napunta? Napunta po yan sa financing activity. May mga, yung owner of the business, binawi nila yung pera nila. Payment of mortgage payable. Umutan tayo ng pera dati, ngayon ibinabalik na natin. binabalik na natin yung inutang natin. So yun po ay isang financing activity. Na kaya lang naman lumabas yung pera na yan, na ang reason lang naman bakit may lumabas na 60,000 ay dahil meron tayong kinuha na perang dati na finance natin, inutang, binabalik na natin ngayon. Kaya financing activity yan. Okay? Mapapansin niyo naman ito ng mga violet, lahat po related to sa mga operating activities. Operating activities like cash sales, collection of sales on account, at ito explain ko ito mamaya, proceeds from sale of land. Kasi baka malito kayo, no? Cash sales, ito yung mga binenta natin inventories. Yan po ay part of the normal operation of the business. Collection of accounts receivable or collection of sales on account, related yan sa ating accounts receivable. Yan po ay related to current asset. Okay, kaya operating activity yan. Cash sales, again, related to sa income statement. Kaya ito po ay operating activity. Okay? Ganun din to, no? Purchase of supplies. Supplies, expense yan. Newspaper advertisement. Itong supplies, actually, by the way, pwedeng expense, pwedeng asset. No? Asset na current asset. Newspaper advertisement, ganun din. Pwedeng expense yan, pwedeng non-current current asset rather. Wages of shop helper, salaries expense yan. So related to sa mga operating activities. Settlement of accounts payable. Accounts payable again is a current liability. So yung pagbayad mo ng utang na yan, yung pagbayad mo, yung binayaran mo na 3,250, saan ang putang yan? Bakit may lumabas na 3,250 na yan? Yan po ay because of operating activities. Itong silang lahat na to, lumabas yung mga pera na yan because of operating activities. Ito yan. Kaya tayo may binayaran ng 1,000, 4,500 because of our operating activities na shop rental, at wages for shop helper, lahat po yan expenses. Pero how about dito, no? Proceeds from sale of land. Nagbenta tayo ng lupa. Okay, yung sale na yan, hindi po yan pumapasok, hindi to papasok sa income statement. Hindi to papasok sa income statement yung proceeds for the sale of land. Okay, medyo hindi ko to i-complicate ha, pero sa advanced accounting medyo may part na kailangan pa nating kumpitin. Magkano yung gain from sale. At yung gain from sale na yun, income yun. Income statement yun, papasok. Okay? Hindi ko na-explain yun ha, for the sake of simplicity. Let us assume, no, na halimbawa ang book value ng land ay 10 million sa libro, binenta natin siya exactly at 10 million. Okay? So walang gain, walang loss. Okay, binenta mo 10 million, binili mo 10 million, binenta mo din 10 million. Okay? Walang gain, walang loss. So yung 10 million na natanggap, saan nanggaling yung pera na yan? Nanggaling yan dahil meron kang non-current asset na binenta mo. So, saan nanggaling yung pera? Nanggaling po siya sa non-current asset na binenta natin. Okay? And then, how about payment of vehicle? Bumili tayo ng non-current asset. Kaya may lumabas na 15,000. Yung 15,000 na yan po ay investing. Bakit? Kasi, kaya ka lang naman nagbigay ng 15,000 ay dahil pinambili mo ng isang non-current asset. Payment of vehicle. So, yan na po yung ating parang gagawan ng statement of cash flows. Kaya kung isa-summarize natin, ganito yung magiging mukha ng ating statement of cash flows. Una, meron tayong cash from operating activities. Pangalawa, meron tayong cash from investing activities. At pangatlo, meron tayong cash from financing activities. Ngayon, ang gagawin lang natin, i-record natin, gagawin lang natin ay i-record natin or i-present natin yung mga pumasok na pera, inflows, at lumabas na pera due to operating activities. So, saan natin makikita yan? So, paano natin malalaman or ano yung mga ililista natin siya? Yung kanina, itong mga transactions na to, ilista mo lang sila. No? For example, for the operating activities, ang pumasok na mga pera because of operating activities, ito yung cash inflows natin. Una, cash sales. Okay? Ito siya. Cash, asan si cash sales? Ito, cash sales. And then, collections. Ay, may magkaiba ba to? Ito pala, no? Meron tayong cash sales dito na 1,200 at meron tayong another 10,000 na cash sales. A total of 11,200 pesos. Ganun din, meron tayong collections of accounts receivable. May mga customers na nangutang, nakolekta natin yung pera nila, bayad nila. So, nandito yan siya kanina. Collection on sales on account, 25,000. So, yan po ay pumasok na pera at saan nanggaling yan? Nanggaling po sa operating activities. Okay? At nasabi natin operating activities yan dahil either related yan siya sa income statement or related yan siya sa current assets or non-current current liabilities rather. Okay? Ito naman, purchase of supplies. Nang bumili tayo ng supplies, binayaran natin. News advertisement, payment of wages, 10,000, settlement of accounts. So itong settlement of accounts na to, current liability yan na binayaran. Kaya yung pagbayad mo ng 3,250 yan po ay considered as part of operating activities. Shop rental, nang bayad tayo ng pagbayad ng renta. So yung 1,000 na yan, part po yan ng operating activities. So makikita natin dito na ito yung mga pumasok na pera, ito din yung mga lumabas na pera due to the operating activities. So ang pumasok na pera from operating activities ay 36,200, itong total nito. At ang total naman ng mga lumabas na pera due to the operating activities ay 20,750. Therefore, ang lumalabas na net, ito naman ay net received. Okay? Kasi anong napansin niyo, mas malaki po ang pumasok na pera kaysa lumabas na pera due to operating activities. Kaya lumalabas 15,450 pesos yung net received or net inflow. Mas malaki yung pumasok kaysa lumabas na pera from operating activities. Okay? How about the investing activities? Ganun din, isa-summarize mo lang din yung mga pumasok na pera from investing activities. Isa doon yung sale of land, yung binenta natin na lupa at nakatanggap tayo doon ng 20,000. At since yung land na yan is a non-current asset, yung 20,000 na yan na natanggap natin ay nanggaling po yan siya from investing activities. May lumabas din na pera. Ito siya. Payment of vehicle. Meron tayong biniling vehicle which is a non-current asset as well. Yung 15,000 na yan is also considered as a investing activity. Okay? So yun na nga. Now from our payment of vehicles, bumili tayo ng vehicles, yung binayaran natin ng cash for the purchase of that vehicle is investing activity. Kasi non-current asset yun. And then cash from financing activities, again, yung mga inutang natin na pera at pati yung pagbalik natin ng pera or pati yung mga na-source natin na funds na gagamitin natin for the business ay lahat po yun ay financing activities. Halimbawa, may additional investment from the owner, natanggap natin 10,000 in financing activity po yan. Proceeds from bank loan. At yung bank loan na yan, normally yan po ay non-current liabilities. 25,000 yan po ay financing activity na pumasok na pera. Okay? So, total ng pumasok na pera from financing activity, 35,000. Yung mga lumabas naman na pera, withdrawals, 7,500. Okay? Then, payment of mortgage payable. Remember, this is also non-current liability. So, nung umutang ka, at binalik mo din yung pera na inutang mo, which is non-current liability, yun po ay part of financing activity. Hindi po operating, kasi hindi naman yan siya current liability, hindi rin current asset, hindi rin part ng income statement, hindi rin siya investing activity, di ba? Kasi kaya ka nga nagbabayad ng 60,000, hindi dahil may binili ka, hindi dahil may sobra ka na pera. Meron kang inutang na pera, binabalik mo lang. Okay? Kaya financing activity. So, total na lumabas na pera from financing activities ay 67,500. Then, therefore, meron tayong tinatawag ngayon na net paid. No? Net paid na pera or net outflow. Mas malaki kasi ngayon, this time, yung lumabas na pera from financing activities kaysa pumasok na pera na from financing activities. Kaya this statement of cash flows na makikita natin, again, makikita natin dito magkano lahat ang pumasok na pera from operating activities, magkano ang lumabas na pera from operating activities. Ganun din yung mga pumasok na pera from investing activities, lumabas na pera from investing activities, magkano yung pumasok na pera from financing activities at magkano ang lumabas from financing activities. And malalaman din natin dito from the financial statement or income statement or statement of cash flows, magkano ang nangyari or nabawas or nadagdag sa pera natin. Magkano ang nagbago sa pera natin at mapapansin natin nabawasan yung pera natin ng 12,050 pesos. Yan yung pinakita natin kanina. Ito. Nabawasan yung 12,000, nabawasan yung cash natin ng 12,050 pesos. At kung gusto natin malaman kung paano nangyari yon, malalaman natin yun dito sa statement of cash flows. So nabawasan ng 12,050 pesos and ang beginning balance natin 50,000. So yung 50,000 na yan, ang matitira na lang dyan ay 37,950 pesos. Paano mo, pag tinanong, bakit 37,950 pesos na lang ang natira? Bakit bumaba ang pera natin? Well, malalaman mo yan, meron tayong 15,450 na nanggaling or nadagdag sa pera natin from operating activities. Mayroon din tayo natanggap ng 5,000 from investing activities, pero nabawasan tayo ng 32,500 pesos from financing activities. Makikita mo yan dito sa ating what is this? Statement of cash flows. Ayan. So, sasagot tayo ngayon ng problem. In the next video, sasagutan natin yung problem na to. You can solve this one on your own. Basically, i-classify mo lang yung mga transactions na to kung ano ba sila operating or investing. So, tingnan natin na, bibilisan lang. Cash sales is operating activity. So, operating activity po yan. Collected from customers, operating activity din po yan, di ba? Kasi receivable yan, natanggap mo na accounts receivable, which is a current asset. Paid suppliers for inventory, ito po ay nagbayad ka ng current liability. Okay, nagbayad ka ng current liability, operating activities yan. Paid rent, okay, yan po ay operating activities din. Yung rent up ay normally pwede maging rent expense yan. So, expense siya. Therefore, ito po ay operating activity. O pwede rin prepaid rent, which is going to be an asset, particularly current asset. Purchased equipment, and equipment is a non-current asset, therefore ito po ay investing. Bumili ka ng equipment, binayaran mo pa ng cash, ibig sabihin malaking pera mo. Binili mo siya as an investment. Okay? Investment. Receive from bank loan, ito po ay financing. Okay? Umutang tayo ng pera from the bank, financing po yun. Paid salaries, operating activity. Received interest income, again, income siya, so therefore operating activity. Paid utilities, expense siya, or asset, prepaid asset, operating activity. Sold an old vehicle. Yung natanggap natin na 50,000 from this non-current asset ay isang investing activity. Purchase land. Okay, bumili tayo, investing din yan. Issued shares to investors. Okay, so actually, medyo pangit to. Issued shares to investors. Normally sa mga corporations to, hindi ko lang to na-edit, pero nag-issue tayo ng shares to investors. Ito po ay isang financing activities. Okay? Parang binalik natin yung pera natin, yung pera na binigay ng mga investors. Binalik natin sa kanila, financing yan. Paid interest on bank loan. Interest is an expense, yan po ay operating activity. Okay? Withdrew cash, so para bang may binigay sa atin na pera yung owner, and then later on, binalik niya or kinuha niya, yan po ay isang financing activity. Paid insurance, insurance is also usually an expense. This is an operating activity. So, ang gagawin mo lang, gagawa ka ng statement of cash flows, ipapakita mo yung mga cash from operating activities, cash from investing activities, cash from financing activities. Actually, ginawa ko dito ay, wait lang, pwede ko ba itong i-duplicate? I-duplicate natin. Ang ginawa ko dito actually is, tinapakan ko lang para hindi makita. So, erase ko na lang para makita na yung mga sagot natin dito. So, for example, for the cash inflows from operating activities, meron tayong cash sales, ayan. Collections, interest income, ito. So, therefore, ang total cash inflows natin from operating activities ay 765,000. And then, ganun din dito sa ating cash outflows. Lahat ng mga outflows na yan na related to operating activities, ililista mo lang at ito total at lang lumabas na pera from operating activities ay amounted to 655,000 pesos. Therefore, ang net cash inflows from operating activities ay 110,000 pesos. From the investing activities naman, una dyan, or nag-iisa lang, sale of vehicle amounting to 50,000. Yan yung pumasok na pera from investing. Pero yung lumabas na pera, payment of equipment, payment of land, totaling to 120,000 pesos plus 300,000, a total of 420,000 yung lumabas na pera from investing activities. Therefore, ang net inflow or net paid, okay, net disbursed or net paid na pera ay 370,000 pesos from investing activity. Okay? And then from the inflows naman, we have proceeds of bank loans, 500 at saka 200, a total of 700 pesos. From the outflows naman, due to financing activities, withdrawal of cash. For example, meron tayong 100,000. So therefore, a net of 600,000 pesos ang lumabas sa business. Therefore, ang ating change in cash is amounting to 340,000 pesos. That is 600 minus 370 from the investing activity and then 110,000 pesos from the operating activities. Kaya mapapansin mo na kung may beginning balance tayo ng cash na 400,000 pesos, ang matitira sa ating cash will be, ang magiging balance of our cash will now be 740,000 pesos. Sir, gano'n lang ba kadali mag-prepare ng cash flow statement? Gano'n lang sana kadali ang pag-prepare ng cash flow statement. Kaya pagdating ng qualifying examination, tinanong ka about the cash flow statement, sana naman ay makasagot ka. So, ito, duplicate ko na muna to and then sagutan natin to. What is the primary purpose of statement of cash flows? Letter A, provide information about investing and financing activities. Medyo tama yan, pero kulang. Prove revenues exceed expenses? Not necessarily. provide information about cash receipts and payments during a period. Ito, tama to, no? Facilitate banking relationships. Okay, anong tamang sagot? Letter C. Okay, cash receipts and payments. Ito kasi, provide information about investing and financing activities, not necessarily. Okay, mali yan. Kasi ang focus talaga natin is yung cash receipts at saka payments. Yung nabayaran talaga. How about which of the following is not a category in the statement of cash flows? Ang sagot natin dito ay, of course, meron tayong operating activities, financing activities, of course, taxation. How about a company sells equipment? Nagbenta ng equipment. Proceeds appear in which section? Yung binenta niya na, yung natanggap niya from the sale of equipment, yan po ay, yan po ay B, investing activity. Withdrawal of cash, alam natin yan po ay financing activity. Interest received, and remember, interest ang natanggap, income yan. So dahil tayo nakatanggap, income yan siya. So therefore, yan po ay operating activity. Operating activity. Which of the following is not an operating cash flow? Alin dito ang hindi operating cash flows? Cash payment for operating expenses, expenses yan. Cash payment for equipment. Okay, so naman sagot letter B. Okay, cash receipt from customers, tama na operating yan. Payment of income tax, yan po ay operating activity. So yun lang sana yung mga tanong about cash flows. Sana masagutan nyo pagdating ng qualifying examination. So hindi ko pinapahaba yung video lecture ko kasi nakakapagod manood ng video lecture. Thank you very much.